So today we've got a 2025 VW Passat in. This is the B9, so the latest model. And it's so what we're going to do to it, first of all, tackle the underbonnet. We're going to use the Vibrasorb material, open cell foam, foil face, and that is just going to take out that noise from inside the engine bay. Moving forward, or backwards I should say, in the interior, we're going to tackle the footwells, transmission tunnel, under the seats if we can get under there. So that's the front, under the rear seat, rear footwells, decent amount of space there where we can get some stuff in. And then we're going to move to the boot, and in the boot, going to do boot floor, rear wheel arches from the inside, and finally with this one, this is coming for a full day fitting, we're going to tackle the front wheel arches from the outside because you can't get to them from the inside. So full day fitting. So what we're going to do to it, first of all, tackle the underbonnet. We're going to use the Vibrasorb material. Okay, starting at the front of the vehicle, we take the manufacturer's cover off the underside of the bonnet. The way you do that is just by pressing the clips together and it comes off nice and easily. First things first, we need to tackle the underbonnet. So the covers come off, then we need to adhere numbers 1 to 4. Now before doing this, just give the underside of the bonnet a clean with some panel wipe. And then number 1's there, 2, 3, 4. So left to right as you look. So these pieces are self-explanatory. Just give it a clean with our panel wipe. And then you're going to just adhere these by shape, basically. But you can use the numbers. We start from left and work to the right. Peel the back enough, line them up, get them stuck down, and then put the manufacturer's cover back like it was before. And then let's look now at the wheel arches. So we're going to take the wheels off. We just have a jack here, so you can do this on your driveway at home. Jack it up. Take the wheel nuts off, take the wheel off, just so you've got better access to that arch lining. Now, this arch lining had a few T25 screws to tackle, so we took those out. Now, this one was in 2 parts, which is really nice, so you just take the rear section out. Okay, so this is what it looks like behind the arch liner. Plenty of bare metal, but actually when you tap it, it's fairly solid. So we focused our attention on the arch liner first, cleaned it up because there was loads of mud and rubbish on there. So again, we used the panel wipe for that. Took the standard soundproofing off there, got it all clean and ready to go. Once this is cleaned up, you're going to start by using the deadening first of all. So you're going to put deadening pretty much all over. It doesn't have to be that neat, obviously, because you're never going to see it, but just coverage is important there. And then on top of that, you're going to use the 15mm flat foam. Now, the only thing to consider here, if you put 15mm foam everywhere, which would be the ideal, then you will really struggle to get the arch liner back in. So you have to be a bit strategic with where you place it. So I would just place it where the manufacturer's placed theirs. That's so we can go straight over there, that's not a problem. And then I'm going to do a few sort of pads in here rather than going 100% coverage. I've made the mistake before, and you curse the arch liner. You can't get it back in. So spread it around, and every little helps because there's nothing on there that's any good so far. You're just looking for good coverage here. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but you're going to cover with the deadening first, then the 15mm foam. And then once that is done, the arch liner can go back into place. Now, the idea behind this is that the sound deadening is blocking the noise and the 15mm flat foam is absorbing some of that tyre noise. You'll never fully eliminate this, but it's about reducing the noise to a more comfortable level. So arch lining goes back in. Again, just make sure you've done all of the screws up tight. Check, check and check again. And then once that's done, you rinse and repeat on the other side. Make sure the wheel goes back on, back up, torque it back up to the right settings, and you're good to go. You're then going to move to the inside of the vehicle. I always start with the driver's side, doesn't matter which side. Now you can take the piece of trim off by the transmission tunnel. That just pops off and there's one screw in there. So that just gives you better access. Okay, so in this section, the footwell area, you've got number 5 as the floor piece. Now you need to take the trim out by the sill as well. With the bonnet catch, there's a little clip behind the top of the lever that you have to pull out first, and then the rest will just pop up. Now you don't need to take it all off, just pop it up and out of the way. And here we're just showing the positioning of the soundproofing, so one underneath and one by the transmission tunnel. It's then just a case of refitting the carpets and the trim. So the trim on the transmission tunnel is dead easy. That goes on first. Screw up the screw that you've taken off, push the carpet back into place, and then clip down the trim by the door sill. That side piece goes in first with the bonnet catch, and then the main section just pushes down, and it should all clip back into place. Make sure your seals back where it should be, and then just repeat the exact same on the passenger side. Now, with this one, it's actually easier because you don't have to worry about the pedals, so dead easy to get access. The idea behind pulling the door seal trim up is just so you can lift the carpet out and then out the way so you can slide our material underneath as shown here. So you've got the transmission tunnel piece in place there, and then you've also got the the passenger footwell down there underneath the carpet as well. These pieces will be marked as number 7 and number 8 in your kits. They'll come ready cut, so you don't have to worry about any of that, and you just need to follow this video and slide them under the carpets and into the right place. Now, this passenger side's done, so clip everything back down, and then let's move on to the rear. Now in the rear seat comes out really easily. You just pop it up on either side, release the heated seats electric module, and then take that out the way. Pop the rear trim out, again, just to release the carpet, and then you're going to slide an NK mat pad and also some sound barrier under there. These pieces will be numbers 9 and 10, and then number 11 will be for the rear, under the rear seat. First of all, you need to put some NK mat pads down, which I'll show you in a second. Then you put the 15mm flat foam down, and then this rear seat will go back down after that. So as if by magic, there you go, it's done. 15mm flat foam going in, and then rear seat. Once all the trim's put back and it looks exactly the same as it was before, you are then going to slide that rear seat back in. Now it's got a little clip halfway along which you have to push in, and then it slots down and you'll hear it click, and then you click the rear seat down. So that is the rear back together. You'd never know there was any soundproofing under there, but we have got 15mm flat foam under the rear seat, as well as NK mat sound deadening. The heel strips have NK mat pads on there. We've got an NK mat pad in each of the footwells, and then some sound barrier on top of that. So that's the rear section done. Next, onto the boot. Got a little bit trigger happy there, so just to show you what I've taken out of the rear boot already, or the boot, not the rear boot. That piece there, so for the rear tailgate base, that's been taken out. You just pop it up on either side, it's just clipped in. We've got the boot floor, which just slid out. Got a cover, and then you've got, well, used to be a spare wheel, they don't do spare wheels anymore. It's just your kit for if you get a flat tire. So that's where we're up to. So now we'll strip out the rest of this boot section. Okay, so in the boot section, to take out these side panels to get to the rear wheel arches, sometimes a bit tricky to know where to start with this. So behind these sections here, these tethers, if you take this little plastic section off just with a trim tool just behind it, there'll be a bolt in there, so you take that out. There'll also be a trim removal, a trim clip there that you need to take out. And there'll probably be one behind that tether, and then there'll be clips up here. So yeah, behind there, there's a couple of bolts, maybe in there, I'll have to check. But then these will all just be clipped in along this surface. So once you start taking those bolts off, you can just wiggle it and see if it starts coming off, and you'll be able to tell roughly where the tension's coming from, and then find what's holding it in place, either a clip or a bolt, and you'll be able to lever it out the way. Now for this side piece, you don't need to take it completely off. So you just want access to that rear wheel arch. If you can get access from the back and lever it out without causing any tension at the front, that's your best solution, but we'll see how we get on.
And those were famous last words. Now, this rear section took a long time, so thank goodness it's in fast motion. Just levering this out was not easy, so just take your time to make sure everything's detached and just slowly manoeuvre it out. Now, with that removed, you can then stick NK Matte sound deadening pads all over the wheel arches. And also, on this one, you've got a lot of access to the outer skin of the car. So, again, there'll be some pieces in there, 15mm flat foam cut to size for you to stick on there, as well as some NK Matte pads again. The more you can get on there, the better. As you can see, still working away at this rear arch and starting to get a little bit stressed because time was moving on. But eventually, we got it to pull away.
Okay, so an update on the side. This has come out now, so I've peeled the trim back, peeled the rubber back, just to get my hands behind and pull it out. So that's all worked fine. There was a couple of nuts, plastic nuts down the bottom there that I had to take off. They were 10mm, I think. And then you've got obviously these ones that I pointed out before. That one down there. Now up here, you have to peel this piece of trim back by the headlining, and behind there is a screw. Now if you yank on that too hard, it'll just snap, so really important. It's hidden, so take that out now. The whole piece will come, the whole section will come out, then I can work on the rear wheel arch.
So the pieces that go on the passenger side outer skin will be numbers 12 and 13, and then there'll also be pads to put in that section, so that'll be clear in the kit. And then you do the exact same on the driver's side. Now, I didn't bother filming that because it had taken such a long time. I just thought you can get an idea of what you need to do from the passenger side and just repeat it on the driver's side. So they should be numbers 14 and 15 on the driver's side.
Usually we'd just be focusing on the arch here, but actually the outer skin is so accessible and it's so rattly that we're going to cover that as well. So we'll get NK Matte everywhere in there, and then we'll put some 15mm foam on it as well.
So once we cleaned up all the remnants of the factory stuff using some, again, panel wipe or some adhesive remover, then we cleaned all that up, stuck the pads in, and here's the result. Bit of heavy breathing, as it was not an easy task. Now onto the boot floor. Bit of an easier task, this one. 4 pads go at the top vertically, and then 2 below vertically, and you work your way around the side, and there'll be a diagram in the kit to show you where these pieces go. But basically, it was a bit like a jigsaw puzzle. You deaden all the pieces. You've got a piece for the footwell there, for the spare wheel well, and then you've got more pads that go around the vertical surface there, and you're just looking for 100% coverage on this boot floor. And if you're a bit pedantic like I was, you can get some foil tape and just cover up any edges that look a bit unsightly. Even though you're never ever going to see it, it's just nice to know that it looks the part as well. Roller it down, and there you go. Boot floor done in NK Matte. So once that was done, you put the spare wheel stuff back in, put the floor back in, and then you've got a sound barrier piece that goes just below the flooring, and then everything goes back into place. Okay, so just to recap then, in this video we've shown you the under bonnet, we've shown you how to do the wheel arches, we've discussed how to slide the material under the carpet, so that sound barrier being used there in the footwells. We've gone through passenger side footwell as well. Then we moved on to the rear, where we put NK Matte pads and some sound barrier again, all cut to size. 15mm flat foam on the rear seat. You've got, there you go, the NK Matte on that heel kick strip there. In the rear section, we focused on the rear wheel arches and also the outer skin, which was a fiddly job, but we got there in the end. Boot floor was done in NK Matte, and then sound barrier as well. Okay, hopefully that video has been useful for the people who've bought one of our kits and are trying to fit it at home. If you have a specific kit that you'd like to see featured, then we will do our best to do a video. Just let us know in the comments below what you'd like to see. If you liked the video, if you thought it was useful, please like it, please subscribe to the channel, and with more support on this, we will do more and more kits
and we'll get more and more videos so that we can help more people to fit these kits at home.